Alright. Alright, I'm here with Jordan Williams at Youth Day, and how did it make you feel?
Youth Day was very empowering for everybody that was present. We talked about how African American culture is relevant to American culture in a total. We are practicing mission statements right now for all the students. They are talking about how African Americans influence American culture as well and how they feel about it. We watched a very motivational video about how kids were the spark of a movement in Birmingham, Alabama, where it was a lot of racial conflict. The kids there, they went to jail, they spoke, and they fought the power. And it really shows us today, with all the social media outlets we have, how much power we have as children of the new generation.
What was your part in Youth Day today?
Youth Day today, I introduced the guest speakers, Carl Verndun, and I introduced Jihad Shahid Uru. And these are people from the Kiamsha Empowerment Organization. They're derived from Maryland, Washington, D.C. area. And the Asala organization that's the head of this has, I believe, 4 offices in Atlanta, Chicago, D.C., and New York.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was formed in Denver in 1887 by a priest, a rabbi, 2 ministers, and a woman.
All right. I'm Miles Out, and I'm here with Mr.
Darren Morgan
and Miss
Kimberly Norfolk.
Okay. What is the job as a mission counselor?
Job as an admissions counselor is really just to travel out and recruit the best students that we can possibly get to apply to our colleges. After that, we're reading applications to see who should get admitted into our institutions and looking to see what scholarship dollars we can provide for students too.
All right.
The same thing as well that I do at the University of Tennessee, but I also do community service outreach, working with students who need information about the college process.
Okay. What is the main things you are looking at when reviewing a college application?
So for me, it's from Davidson College standpoint, it's 5 things that we really care about. I want to see rigor. I want to see the students really pushing themselves by taking those really hard AP or IB courses. After that, I want to see how well they did academically. I want to see the GPAs. I want to see those really tough classes and how well they did in those. After that is extracurriculars, essays, recommendations, and then lastly would be the SAT and ACT scores. But honestly, we do a holistic approach, so I'm looking at the qualities of a student as a person. So everything you're involved in, everything you're passionate about and care about, and who you are as a whole.
At the University of Tennessee, we look for a well-rounded student. We, of course, look at your academics, but we also look at what you bring to the university. Since we are the volunteers, we look for students who have a great passion to give back to the community and want to better those around them.
Okay, last question. What is the difference between Davidson College and University of Tennessee? Start with Tennessee.
Well, the University of Tennessee is a large public research university, so we do incorporate research into everything that we do. We do have a liberal arts foundation, but we do branch out into other aspects of the field, and we also provide students with study abroad opportunities that are key to their subject areas.
Okay.
And for Davidson, we're a small liberal arts school. We only have about 2,000 students, so our focus is really that small, hands-on class size, getting a chance to really know your professors, talk to your professors. We also provide study abroad opportunities and need-based financial aid. So we don't give out loans. It's all grant money based off of your demonstrated need to us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I thought of My name is Miles Allen. I'm here with Mr. Carl Vern Dunn, CEO of Crossroads and public speaker for Asala Group. Mr. Dunn, what is the background of Asala?
Well, in brief, the background of Asala, it was founded in 1915 by Dr. Carter Godwin Woodson, and the primary goal for Asala was to preserve African American history.
Okay, why did Asala get involved, and why did they advocate for Black History Month?
The reason they advocate for Black History Month, which actually started off as Black History Week, Negro History Week, is to preserve the history of African Americans and ensure that people are talking about the history of African Americans. It was never to make it where we just talk about this information for 1 month, but it was so that we talk about the information all year, and then when that month came, we would review what we have learned about the history throughout the course of the year, because African American history is actually a part of American history.
Explain to me why it's important for America to know its history, not just Black history, but American history.
Excellent question. When you think of America, it's been in existence for 239 years. Asala has been in existence for 100 of those years. So Asala has documented its African American history over half of the time that America has been in existence. So if you think about leaving out all of the history of African Americans, think how much information is not being told about American history. And then when you think about Asala starting in 1915, just 50 years prior, African Americans were enslaved. In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed that freed slaves, and then the Civil War came across and ended in 1865. So at that time, human beings, African Americans, weren't looked at to be human beings. So Asala and Dr. Woodson wanted to make sure people understood that African Americans were created equal, and for people to understand what African Americans had contributed to American history.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dunn.
Thank you, Miles. I appreciate you having me.
Hello, I'm Miles Allen. I'm here with Madison, Simone, and Salon. I heard you all flew all the way from Maryland to Georgia to perform this little skit for us.
Yeah, we came to teach your community about nonviolence. We wanted to promote how you should go from Dr. King's mission of nonviolence to our mission of no violence, which means that all the things that are going around in our world today and all the protests, the Black Lives Matter, we're supposed to remain nonviolent. We're not supposed to go out in the streets and fight back, but we're supposed to be a peaceful protest like Dr. King wanted us to do.
I agree. Okay, so why is Black History Month in general and Black history so important to you all?
I feel it's important because schools don't teach enough about it as much as they should have. Because it's a big deal, they shouldn't disregard our history. Because we learn about other people's history each and every day, and it's a shame that a lot of people don't know their own culture's history. And even so, this was a big part of America, like the trials and tribulations that African American people went through. And they just push under the rug like that is disrespectful to me, because they suffered to make a difference. It's not being talked about.
I agree. And the name of your group, you are kind of the sister group, little sister group to Asala. What is the purpose of you all's group?
Kiamsha, which means that which awakens me, is Swahili. Kiamsha is used to teach kids that we should revolt against what they call modern day slave masters, like premarital sex, drugs, violence, and racism. We're trying to stray kids away from that type of thing to revolt against that, to stop. And that's what Kiamsha is mostly about.
All right. Miles Allen signing off.